Get in on the secret, get into a colder beer.
Looking for real 100% natural pain relief? Hey, Kurt Angle, 1996 Olympic gold medalist and 13-time world champion here. Trust me, I know pain. You can either suffer or manage it. That's why I use Curable Active to help relieve my aches and pains naturally. Curable Active topicals have you covered with fast-acting, all-natural pain relief the Kurt Angle way. Look for Curable in stores or go to curable.com and get 20% off. Use promo code USA at KURIBL.com. Looking for real 100% natural pain relief? Hey, Kurt Angle, 1996 Olympic gold medalist and 13-time world champion here. Trust me, I know pain. You can either suffer or manage it. That's why I use Curable Active to help relieve my aches and pains naturally. Curable Active topicals have you covered with fast-acting, all-natural pain relief the Kurt Angle way. Look for Curable in stores or go to curable.com and get 20% off. Use promo code USA at KURIBL.com.
Creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Looking for real 100% natural pain relief? Hey, Kurt Angle, 1996 Olympic gold medalist and 13-time world champion here. Trust me, I know pain. You can either suffer or manage it. That's why I use Curable Active to help relieve my aches and pains naturally. Curable Active topicals have you covered with fast-acting, all-natural pain relief the Kurt Angle way. Look for Curable in stores or go to curable.com and get 20% off. Use promo code USA at KURIBL.com.
Why are so many companies, unions, and organizations across the country choosing the Avia Dental Plan?
Because group plans start at as little as $5 per month, and groups can save 20 to 80% off of high-quality dental care.
Everyone qualifies, and there's no waiting or limits on visits to the dentist.
Call now and save $20, plus get 3 months free.
Call now and you may be able to save $20 and get 3 months free. 1-888-431-CARE or visit aviadental.com.
Do you need well or pump service for your home, farm, or business? Adams & Sons Pump Service in Canton has the experience and equipment to do the job right. Since 1954, Adams & Sons have offered well drilling, pump repair, water treatment systems, holding tanks, excavation, and drainage work. Plus, quality-built, dependable stainless pumps for all applications. Adams & Sons provides experienced, bonded, and insured professionals serving all of Ohio. Call 855-4MY-WATER or visit adamspumpservice.com.
Why are so many companies, unions, and organizations across the country choosing the Avia Dental Plan?
Because group plans start at as little as $5 per month, and groups can save 20 to 80% off of high-quality dental care.
Everyone qualifies, and there's no waiting or limits on visits to the dentist.
Call now and save $20, plus get 3 months free.
Call now and you may be able to save $20 and get 3 months free. 1-888-431-CARE or visit aviadental.com. Why are so many companies, unions, and organizations across the country choosing the Avia dental plan?
Because group plans start at as little as $5 per month, and groups can save 20 to 80% off of high-quality dental care.
Everyone qualifies, and there's no waiting or limits on visits to the dentist.
Call now and save $20. Plus, get 3 months free.
Call now and you may be able to save $20 and get 3 months free. 1-888-431-CARE or visit aviadental.com.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
One field, one coach, one moment. That's all it takes to change a child's future. That's something that I want to be a part of. How about you? I'm Matt Major, Area Director of Ambassadors Football Pittsburgh. Get involved today. Visit us online and join the team.
Hey Yins guys, just a reminder, Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer are good food. Whether you're cooking at home or tailgating, grab an original Yinzer dog, kielbasa, pierogies, and lushkis at Giant Eagle. Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer, a match made in Pittsburgh.
I use As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchock, and on Sunday, for the first time since the Miracle on Ice in Lake Placid, the United States took gold in men's Olympic hockey, echoing a gold medal victory by their women's team just days earlier. Later tonight, we will salute those with Pittsburgh ties who made those moments possible. Each of them played amateur hockey locally, which was essential to fine-tuning their skills. But many of their Olympic teammates also played high school hockey, just like the players you'll be watching tonight, where they learn to develop those skills and also learn the values of teamwork, resilience, and community pride. With that in mind, PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV is proud to return to the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon, Pennsylvania for round one of the 2026 Class A Penguins Cup playoffs between the second-seeded Quaker Valley Quakers in white and the seventh-seeded Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions in dark brown, presented by Play It Again Sports in Greensburg. The Quakers, for the past 3 decades, have been helmed by Kevin Quinn. At 30 years and counting, the longest tenured head coach in the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League today. He built this program with his bare hands back in 1996. A decade later, they won their first of 5 Penguins Cup championships to date. But it's been a minute since they've been able to return to the Penguins Cup finals, much less win one. The Quakers are trying to invert their recent lack of playoff success, beginning tonight with this first-round cross-divisional test against the last team to qualify for the playoffs out of the gold division, the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions. The Quakers winning 18 of 20 regular season games, losing just once in regulation to eventual Blue Division champion Cannon McMillan, a Class A newcomer. The Golden Lions winning 8 regular season games, good for 26 points, and that final playoff spot in the Gold Division, despite falling in their final regular season game to Chartiers Valley with a potential playoff spot on the line. They are in because they won the regular season head-to-head tiebreaker with the other team that had 26 points, the West Allegheny Indians. Quaker Valley vanquished West A in last year's playoff
curtain raiser at Princecape Arena. The Quakers will try to echo that feat here tonight, led by one of the premier scorers in the PIHL, the premier scorer in the PIHL, number 48 in white, the all-star sophomore forward Matthias Lazama. Lazama, 29 goals, 29 assists, 58 points. This year's Class A regular season scoring champion, warming up just off to our right at center ice for the Quakers. Two of the best players in Class A and in high school hockey today are under the microscope tonight. The other, wearing dark brown for the Golden Lions, is all-star and alternate captain Jake Fink, number 65 of the Golden Lions, warming up somewhere in the mix off to our left. Fink coming in after a fine regular season that saw him rack up 28 goals, just one fewer than Lazama, 15 assists and 43 total points. He finished 4th overall in the Class A scoring race, and he is one of the world-class special teams players in PIHL hockey today, one of the league leaders in both power play and shorthanded goals during the regular campaign. He comes into the playoffs on a 4-game goal streak with points in 13 consecutive league outings. And for the Quakers, you know, you got to respect their leadership group as well. Jace Vassbitter, their captain, is a 100 career point player, number 12 in white. Their alternate captains, Max Modrovich, number 4, and Ben McHenry, number 6, have 100 career points and almost 100 career points. 96 in McHenry's case, respectively. And this QV team has a lot of firepower to go with their defensive prowess. That has been a big key to their success the last few seasons under Kevin Quinn. The Quakers have won 9 in a row. They've allowed only 7 goals in that span. They posted their 4th shutout during their ongoing win streak in their final regular season game against Freeport on the road back on February 12th. The starting goaltender for the Quakers, in all probability, will be Ian Lorang, one of the PIHL's shutout leaders with 6 of those individually. The Golden Lions, in their last regular season game, went with Jackson Klingensmith, the freshman. It'll be either Klingensmith or Hayden Henry, the sophomore, getting the nod tonight for head coach Anthony DeFazio II, son of Anthony DeFazio Sr., the longtime Greensburg area coach who passed away within the last couple of years. DeFazio the younger in his 2nd straight year leading the varsity Golden Lions. Thank you, Austin McLean. And thank you to our local Olympians who all made us a little bit prouder to hear that Star-Spangled Banner. Big weekend for hockey in the United States of America. Big week, really. And a big week here in Western Pennsylvania as the 2026 Penguins Cup playoffs are underway in PIHL Class A tonight. Game 2 of our Monday playoff doubleheader here on TenbandTV. It is Ian Lorang getting the nod in goal for Quaker Valley as anticipated, and it will be Hayden Henry, the elder of the two Greensburg-Salem goalies, a term we use loosely in that team's case, getting the start in goal for the Lions this evening. Henry allowing just 2 goals or fewer in 4 of his last 5 appearances. Salem going with just 14 skaters tonight, and the Quakers are not above keeping a short bench as well, but their numbers are a little bit up this year, and on paper, they're the more voluminous team as we are underway. Quakers move the puck from right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin. Modrovic going to work in the corner out front for Charlie Pihl. Pihl firing just wide of goal. Oh, he had Henry at his mercy. He just couldn't hit the target. Pihl coming off a 4-point night against Freeport in that Mercy Roll victory February 12th that ended the Quakers' regular season. Ace Klingensmith up for Jeremiah Falk, the alternate captain, played deep into Quaker Valley territory. Chase Schlesman giving chase for Salem. McHenry, the senior forward, recovering for the Quakers and moving it grudgingly up the far boards before the Lions stymie him. Fink sandwiched by Vassbinder and company. Jack Watson getting involved offensively as well to deny Fink a scoring chance. Quakers in transition. Lorenzo Kane for Luke Kohler. That puck loose at the side of the net. And the Lions reverse it. Cooper Outley on defense for Salem. Jabs it to the corner. And Greensburg-Salem guilty of icing a minute and a half in to a scoreless first period. Henry, 5-3-2 on the regular season, 485 goals against, 789 save percentage, 1 shutout, but again, seems to be playing his best hockey individually at the right time for the Golden Lions. That shot from distance never made it toward goal. One of the Lions limping. Nate Ross, the sophomore, got the worst of that rip. Jack Watson taking over behind his own net for QV. Watson, 2-line pass, collected by Hunter Kronk. Kronk keeps it inside the Salem zone briefly. Fink slowly up to center. Quakers watching him closely as the Lions change on the fly. Going to work in the corner, Stefan Maurer, the Austria native, playing on the back end for Kevin Quinn as the Quakers work it out of their own zone. Again, Quaker Valley, a much deeper team at the varsity level this season, and Kevin Quinn not shy about flexing those muscles now that he has the personnel to do it. Tristan Bemis with a dump in. Quakers change behind the action. Bemis up to Modrovic for Pihl. Max Modrovic with momentum through center. Modrovic chased by Fink and a good stick there by the All-Star. Quakers operate down low from the side of the net. Lozama's shot deflected out of play. Lozama, the Class A scoring champion, as we said in pregame, 10 goals in his last 4 contests. Had a hat trick and a 4-point night against the Yellow Jackets back on the 12th. Watson from the left point. Bryce Ferris works it up to Fink. Fink's shot deflected partially by Kohler, the PIHL All-Star. Modrovic for Pihl. Pihl from distance off the glove hand of Hayden Henry. Pihl out in front for Modrovic. That blocker save is made, and the rebound is collected by Watson. His shot blocked. Ferris up ahead for Fink. Fink one-on-one with Kohler, the alternate captain. Kohler enjoying the last laugh. Lizama, 1 against 2. Lizama, off-balance shot. That missed up high. Vassbinder. That shot denied by Henry. Quakers couldn't get to the loose puck on time. They had a partially exposed net. If they had been able to get a man there a little bit quicker. Golden Lions recover, and they work it around their own boards for Ty Hutchinson. Sent down low for Lorenzo Kane. He deflects it wide. Watson with a dump in. Quakers complete the tag up. McHenry re-entering the zone. Charles D'Antonio up ahead for McHenry. It'll be held by Hayden Henry. These teams did not meet during the regular season, which is pro forma in Class A, the Penguins Cup playoffs. In 1A, traditionally a cross-divisional affair for round 1. The regular season schedule in Class A, traditionally intra-divisional. And a lot of people feel that adds to some of the unpredictability we've seen in the Penguins Cup playoffs in recent seasons, especially at the Class A level, where a generation ago the gap between the haves and the have-nots in 1A was a lot bigger than it is now. The last half dozen years, all different Penguins Cup champions in Class A. 5 of those 6 have been first-time champions, for that matter, including last year's winner, Avonworth. Avonworth upsetting Quaker Valley in the quarters en route to their historic title in 25. And that puck is dropped by our USA Hockey crew of Morgan and Scrates. The referee pairing for round 1, game 2 tonight. Haas and Schmidt, the linesmen for this second playoff contest, by the way. Quakers eventually work it deep into Salem territory with 5.5 gone by in a scoreless first. Maurer unable to pull it around the defenseman. Watson now to the corner for Colin York. York out in front off a couple of Golden Lions sticks and eventually deflected up to Vento. Luca Vento, the junior, dumps that puck. The Quakers chase it, and the Lions complete another line change. Charlie Pihl's outlet pass broken up by Ferris at center. Kohler retreating. Watson stretching it out for Modrovic. Quakers across the Salem line. Lizama to Modrovic. Modrovic battling in the corner. Modrovic trying to reverse the play for Quaker Valley. Kohler unable to keep that puck alive on the pinch. Just kicks it to nobody in particular. Taken at center by Pihl. Ross from behind his own net. Quakers send it right back in. The delayed offside is negated. And this loose puck comes all the way deep into Quakers ice. Watson the first one to it, chased by Schlesman. Watson on one hand controlling this puck and protecting it for QV. with under 10 to go in this first period. Still no score. Penguins Cup round one between QV and Salem. Drop pass and a shot toward goal, deflected just wide. Lazama fired it. Modrovic was trying to bang it in somehow. Modrovic with a steal. Modrovic trying to collect it and bring it to his forehand. He couldn't, but he recovers this puck and gets it to Lazama. Lazama from an angle, and it squirts in behind Hayden Henry. Oh, hold the plane for Minkus. Matthias Lazama from an impossible angle makes it possible and makes it 1-0 Quakers. Who else but the regular season scoring champ with his 11th goal in 5 games and first of the postseason? Modrovic winning the puck battle, and Henry just had it squeezed between the pillows. A fluky bounce, but there are no columns on the stat sheet for pretty goals or ugly goals, just G for goals. And Lazama gets one for the 30th time in 25-26. Again, first of the playoffs, 1-0 Quaker Valley. McHenry down the middle. He shoots. He scores. 2-0 Quakers. Ma the meatloaf. We won it now. Right off the face-off. And suddenly the floodgates have opened here in Castle Shannon. Ben McHenry with goals now in 3 straight games. He led the Quakers last year with 8 playoff points, 5 goals included, and he has his first playoff goal of 2026. Quakers go to work in front. Fassbender, burial, 3-0 Quaker Valley, and these pretzels are making me thirsty. And for the Quaker Valley Quakers, it's par for the course. Just so much talent up front for Kevin Quinn's team. What a shot by Fassbender. His first of the postseason. And before we can blink, it is 3-0 Quaker Valley over Greensburg-Salem midway through this first period. Ferris couldn't keep it inside the Quaker Valley line. Three goals in under a minute for Quaker Valley after the Golden Lions had gotten off to an inspiring start defensively. Fink flipping it toward goal. Lorang playing it carefully. Kohler breaking it out for the Quakers. Kohler sneaks around the check. Going to work in the corner. Nolan Weaver helps the Lions clear the zone. Jack Watson on his horse to that puck. Kohler and company over the line. Kohler up to Lazama. Lazama for Modrovic. Tristan Bemis now retreating. Officially 3 goals in 38 seconds for the Quakers to take command here early in the first round of the Penguins Cup playoffs. Officially, Lazama from Bemis, followed by McHenry from Fassbender, followed by Fassbender from McHenry. Everybody got that? Quaker Valley, 132 goals during the regular campaign, second most in the 23-team single-A circuit. And off to another fast start here. Turnover to Lazama. Lazama shooting. Henry the save. And that's like shooting fish in a barrel for Jace Vassbender. Back-to-back goals for the QV captain. 4-0 Quakers, and dare we say the bird is most decidedly free. A lot of people quoting the movie Miracle over the weekend for obvious reasons, invoking memories of that Walt Disney movie. At the moment, as Vassbender breaks out the chapeau's au natural, we can't help but remember the Titans because the Quakers are leaving no doubt. And this Quaker Valley offense continues to put on a show here with still not quite 6 minutes remaining in the first period. And in just a matter of minutes, Vassbender has surpassed his 2025 playoff goals total. Make it a six-pack. It looks like Kane got the last stick on it. Kieran Kane, now with points in 6 consecutive games in the Pittsburgh Icemen product, has the Quakers ahead even more comfortably. Kieran, brother of Lorenzo Kane. Not the first time I've made that mistake. Probably won't be the last. Lots of siblings playing high school hockey in Western Pennsylvania over the years. Of course, the current Quakers have Jack Watson on defense. His older brother, Will, also played that position and was an all-star once upon a time. They certainly like to keep it in the family at a lot of these PIHL programs. Of course, you've got the Klingensmiths of Greensburg-Salem, Jackson and Ace, the freshman and junior respectively, in uniform tonight for the away side. That puck out of play. And with that in mind, we wonder, how do you watch the Penguins Cup playoffs on TenbandTV? Well, right now, you could be watching on Watch. Yes, you heard that correctly. Log on to watch.tenband.tv, where you can watch multiple live games and on-demand replays all at once. Again, watch.tenband.tv to watch your favorite team the way the hockey gods intended. And don't forget to download the new always free TenbandTV app to your smart TV, available now on Roku and Amazon Fire. Quakers, all gas, no brakes here at the Ice Castle. Modrovic chips it into the side of the net, and with 4:23 remaining in first period, the Quaker Valley Quakers are in running clock territory. That running clock will not be activated theoretically until period 3, if not period 2. Such as protocol in the PIHL. But occasionally there is a change to operating procedure for the PIHL postseason, so we'll bear that in mind as the rest of this game plays out. Fink over the attacking line. Fink knocked down by Watson before he could shoot. And the Quakers, just like that, go back to center. That shot by Lizama deflected wide. Well, on paper, it was a matchup of two of the top scoring stars in Class A this season, Lizama of QV and Fink of Greensburg-Salem. But it's Quaker Valley's stars collectively who have been doing all the starring, as it were, in this one. Lizama, a product of the Shaha Panthers amateur program when he is not in uniform for the Quakers. Fink, a product of the Allegheny Badgers AA outfit, a team that has played in USA Hockey Nationals in recent seasons. Ross from center. And sending that puck deep was Schlesman. To center, Luke Dieter, the Salem captain, over the attacking line. Chased by D'Antonio at the side of the net. Looking for a redirect there was Crosby Kushner. And Lorang makes that save from an angle on Ross. Ian Lorang, 13-1-1 during the regular season, tied for fourth most goalie wins in Class A. Third in goals against and save percentage at 156 and 924 respectively. And he's got those 6 aforementioned shutouts that lead Class A and rank second in the PIHL overall. He's won his last 7 appearances individually in those 7 games. A .952 save percentage and a .75 goals against average. He has been just as impenetrable as his defense. Quaker Valley just 28 goals allowed as a team in regular season play, second fewest in 1A. And the clock will run nonstop in spite of the whistle we just heard, with the Quakers comfortably ahead and in running clock territory. And from the corner, Luca Kurumfash, making his 33rd career varsity appearance for the Quakers, plays that puck to the opposite side of the QV zone for Watson. Kevin Quinn, presumably going to use that bench even more liberally now with the game situation being what it is. Kurumfash, not one to log a lot of minutes early in games as Henry makes that glove save. And that should just about do it for period 1 here in game 2 of the Penguins Cup first round playoffs at the Ice Castle here tonight. Well, if you went to get a hot dog or use the restroom, you just might have missed the Quaker Valley Quakers. After 1, they lead by 7. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching Penguins Cup playoff hockey on TenbandTV, presented by Played Again Sports in Greensburg.
turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is locally owned and operated and focused on serving the community. Play It Again Sports buys, sells, and trades used and new sports equipment and passes along the savings to you. Their large inventory, customer service, and wide selection of major brands will keep you coming back for years. Open 7 days a week. Visit them on 6041 Route 30 or visit them online at playitagainsports.com/locations/Greensburg-PA. Our Class A Penguins Cup first round playoff coverage continues. Matt Popchock here at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon for PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV, presented by Play It Again Sports in Greensburg. Period 2, as you can see, is underway here at the trackside rink between the Quaker Valley Quakers and Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions. The story of period 1, 7 Quaker goals in exactly 5 minutes. A run that begun with 3 Quaker Valley goals in a 38-second span. Jace Vassbinder, who recorded a natural HT in period 1, back on defense for QV as Kohler dispossesses one of the Centurions. That was leading scorer Jake Fink. McHenry to the corner for Kieran Kane. Kane, one of the many QV goal scorers in that first frame. Kohler from the right point. Toe save made there by the new goaltender for the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions, Jackson Klingensmith. So the freshman sees the ice after all. Klingensmith, 3-7 during the regular season, 512 goals against average, 849 save percentage, and 458 minutes of ice time. Made his varsity debut at the Kirk Nevin Arena back on the 16th of October against the North Hills Indians. Lorang at the other end making a glove save. Cooper Outley after the whistle getting a talking to from one of the linesmen. And again, per PIHL protocol, with the Quakers up by 7 goals, the clock continues to run here in period 2. What remains to be seen, and what the coaches will have to decide amongst themselves as the Quakers ice this puck, is will there be the traditional ice cut intermission after period 2 in light of the score? So that's something we'll keep an eye on as well. Colin York flying at the left wing. Hunter Kronk calling for the puck as he drove the net. D'Antonio from the right point. Through a crowd, it's loose, and Klingensmith has it frozen. Now, Klingensmith made 34 saves in that regular season finale against CV and also assisted on one of the Lions' only 2 goals. Doing his best Connor Hellebuck impression, perhaps. Those goalie assists are not to be taken lightly, man, I'll tell you. Kronk off the side of the post. Of course, the Hall of Famer Tom Barrasso had quite a few of those back in the day, the most, I believe, in NHL history, if memory serves, assists by a goalie. Very different era for pro hockey, of course. Now here the Quaker Valley Quakers, who are offside, are en route to another decisive win, barring unforeseen developments in round 1 of the Penguins Cup playoffs. And assuming the Quakers do take care of business the rest of the way, they will face either Moon or Butler in next week's quarterfinal round, with Blackhawk having been eliminated earlier tonight. And congratulations to John Gratton and the Plum Mustangs for moving on to round 2, as a penalty is forthcoming with over 5 minutes gone by in the second. And the first penny power play of this first round game belongs to Salem. Kohler will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free, or as the case may be, 3 minutes, taking the running clock into account. Salem very strong on the power play during the regular season. They drew the third most power play chances in Class A entering the playoffs. 23 power play goals as a team, the second most in the 1A circuit. 33.3 the conversion rate, good for 5th out of the 23 teams. Quaker Valley, for their part, number 2 on the penalty kill in regular season play, 91.3%. So ironically, the least penalized team during the regular season is assessed the first penalty of this game. Modrovic unable to clear. Ross from the point. That went off of Bemis's foot, and Bemis is hurt a bit, but will stay on here and try to complete his shift. Fink, his shot blocked up high by Lazama. Lorang belts it aside. And the Quakers are able to use the glass to their advantage. Lazama pressing shorthanded, but Klingensmith knocks it out of his path. Ace Klingensmith dumps it in behind the QV cage. D'Antonio couldn't get it past Fink. That was a good keep by Fink. A very good one. On to Outley, deflected in front. A good save made there by Lorang, right in tight, as bodies are flying deep in Quaker Valley ice. Ferris trying to get his nose dirty and get that goose egg off the board for the Golden Lions. Watson with a clear. 1:10 to go, and the minor on Kohler for roughing. Ferris to center for Fink. Vassbinder with a steal. And to center it'll come. D'Antonio retreating, and he'll just rag this puck for a moment. Take some more time off the penalty clock. Convenient bounce to McHenry, but the Quakers are offside. The goal will not count. And somebody runs into McHenry, who was just trying to leave the play. Crosby Kushner, it looked like, took a run or try to take a run at McHenry, and we'll see if this results in any penalties. The Quaker Valley captain, Vassbinder, taking exception, and can't say I blame him. McHenry's actually going to go off here. And I'm not sure I understand this one myself. The play was over, and it looked like someone ran into McHenry after the whistle, and then McHenry just kind of threw up his arms and tried to literally wash his hands of the situation and just get out of there. But lo and behold, it's McHenry who ends up taking the penalty, and the only one in that series of events. Salem with a 2-man advantage for 20 more seconds. Modrovic off the face-off win, clears it for the Quakers. Ross around the boards. Schlesman inside the line. Modrovic up ahead to Lazama. Lazama pressuring Outley. Now it's a conventional penny power play midway through the second for Greensburg-Salem. They are 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Kohler sends it the length of the ice. Outley and Ross will go fetch. Kevin Quinn slowly changing penalty killers as Schlesman outlets it to Jake Fink. Fink met by Watson. Fink split the D but couldn't hang on to the puck. And more solid, unassuming work by this Quaker Valley penalty kill as Lozama had the puck for a moment there. Lions recover. Fink over the attacking line. Salem is offside. Oh, how do you watch the Penguins Cup playoffs on TenbandTV? Well, right now you could be watching on Watch. Yes, you heard that correctly. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays all at once. Again, that's watch.tenband.tv to watch your favorite team the way the hockey gods intended. And don't forget to download the new, always free TenbandTV app to your smart TV, available now on Roku and Amazon Fire. Under a minute to go in the minor on Ben McHenry. The Golden Lions at this point just kind of looking for something to hang their hockey helmets on after a difficult first period. Fink over the line, around Kohler. Fink from the short side. That save made by Lorang. And the Quakers have killed them both. QV perfect on the PK, and they remain up by a lot. Watson from the off wing. That's blocked by Klingensmith, out of play. And so the mercy roll clock winds under 5:45 remaining in period 2. Greensburg-Salem, in case you're wondering, their only conceivable opponents in round 2 would have been Cannon McMillan or the Mars Planets. The Planets winning the Class A Gold Division, holding off a late push by Chartiers Valley and to a similar extent Avonworth, the reigning Penn's Cup champs, to win the divisional title. And Cannon McMillan beating Quaker Valley by a single point for the right to call themselves Class A Blue Division champions this season. Now, we told you the Quakers in next week's quarterfinals, as that goes off the crossbar, will face either Moon or Butler. Moon, the 3 seed, takes on 6-seeded North Hills tomorrow night at Princecape Arena. Last year, the Quaker Valley Quakers won their playoff opener at Princecape down in Cannonsburg. Icing on the Lions. Butler, meanwhile, taking on North Catholic in other Penguins Cup first round action tomorrow night. And I remember speaking with the Avonworth head coach, Chris Chiasano, right before the All-Star break and right before the big storms in the area, for that matter. And Chris Chiasano said himself, Butler is not a team to be slept on this season. Cam Radna, the former player turned coach, doing a phenomenal job with the Golden Tornado. They're a very different team this season. And they'll be a tough team to play in the playoffs. Jackson Klingensmith making that loud save as time winds down in the second period. And Klingensmith will take that. Thank you very much. So we'll do it again from the same spot. Modrovic against Dieter. And this one belongs to Kohler. Pihl from behind the net. Trying to connect with Lizama in front. Here come the Lions on the counterattack. Lead pass too far for Ferris. Kohler goes into the boards. Pihl now to Lizama at center. Lizama over the line as a trailer in Modrovic. Lizama, nifty pass there, and Modrovic makes no mistake. Just a gorgeous feed there by the leading scorer during the regular season, Lizama. And Max Modrovic, the senior and alternate captain, has the 8th Quaker Valley goal of the night. Second consecutive tally for number 4. So Vassbinder, McHenry, Lizama all with multi-point games. Kieran Kane also with multiple points, recording a goal and assist in period 1. The assist coming on Vassbinder's natural hat-trick goal, by the way. Modrovic, 133 career points at Quaker Valley, 7th on the program's all-time scoring list. Finished the regular season just on the fringe of the top 10 in scoring in Class A. Was also among the top 10 in assists. 18 goals, 20 helpers during Modrovic's regular season. Modrovic, the 10th Quaker in team history to reach the 100-point plateau. Jace Vassbinder, the 11th to do it. And they both did it at the S&T Bank Arena back on the 23rd of October, fittingly. Good stick there by Fink. Resetting the play to Hutchinson. Final minute of period 2. Here's Schlesman to the corner, chased by Watson the whole way. Outley plays it inside the Quakers line, delayed offside situation. And that helps the Quakers exhaust the area a bit. 20 to go in the period. McHenry with the dump in. Outley working from the corner to Hutchinson. Watson couldn't keep it in. 5 seconds to go. And period 2 of game 2 is now in the books in Castle Shannon. And the Quaker Valley Quakers continue to hold the commanding lead over the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions. You're watching Penguins Cup Playoff Hockey on TenbandTV, presented by Play It Again Sports in Greensburg. on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin. Modrovic going to work in the corner out front for Charlie Pihl. Pihl firing just wide of goal. Trying to bang it in somehow. Modrovic with a steal. Modrovic trying to collect it and bring it to his forehand. He couldn't, but he recovers this puck and gets it to Lozama. Lozama from an angle, and it squirts in behind Hayden Henry. 25-26. Again, first of the playoffs. 1-0 Quaker Valley. McHenry down the middle. He shoots. He scores. 2-0 Quakers. Ma the meatloaf. We won it now. Quakers go to work in front. Vastbender. Burial. 3-0 Quaker Valley. And these pretzels are making me thirsty. And off to another fast start here. Turnover to Lozama. Lozama shooting. Henry the save. And that's like shooting fish in a barrel for Jace Vastbender. Walt Disney movie. At the moment, as Vastbender breaks out the chapeau's au natural, we can't help but remember the Titans. It's Vastbender has surpassed his 2025 playoff goals total. Make it a six-pack. It looks like Kane got the last stick on it. Quakers, all gas, no brakes here at the Ice Castle. Modrovic chips it into the side of the net, and with 4:23 remaining in Fink. That was a good keep by Fink, a very good one. On to Outley, deflected in front, a good save made there by Lorang, right in tight. Now, we told you the Quakers in next week's quarterfinals, as that goes off the crossbar. And Klingensmith will take that. Thank you very much. Lozama over the line as a trailer in Modrovic. Lozama, nifty pass there, and Modrovic makes no mistake. Just a gorgeous.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring!
Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring!
Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again. turning, scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning, scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
One field, one coach, one moment. That's all it takes to change a child's future. That's something that I want to be a part of. How about you? I'm Matt Major, Area Director of Ambassadors Football Pittsburgh. Get involved today. Visit us online and join the team.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save. Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save. Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save. Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
From horses to hunting, Carhartt to Carolina, 2 wheels or 4, from Timberland Pro to playing in the snow. What do all these people have in common? They shop at Locust Grove Country Shop in Apollo. Call 724-478-1846 or online at locustgrovepa.com.
turning, scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup Championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
I use Book a Limo on all my trips. They have drivers everywhere.
I always feel safe when I travel with their chauffeurs, from hello to goodbye.
Checking rates, booking, and managing clients' reservations online is so easy.
The confirmations, trip reminders, and car status updates are great when I'm on the go.
I want my clients to have the best experience during their trip. That's why I've used Book a Limo for the past 30 years.
What's your destination? Book a limo, any car, anywhere.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning,
Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup Championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning,
Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup Championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Played Again Sports in Greensburg is locally owned and operated and focused on serving the community. Played Again Sports buys, sells, and trades used and new sports equipment and fitness gear and passes along the savings to you. Their large inventory, customer service, and wide selection of major brands will keep you coming back for years. Open 7 days a week. Visit them on 6041 Route 30 or visit them online at playitagainsports.com/locations/Greensburg-PA. Matt Popchock back at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon looking at the freshly cut ice of the trackside rink. As we finish out our playoff nightcap here on TenbandTV, PIHL Hockey Night Live beginning its 2026 Class A Penguins Cup first round coverage on a chilly Monday night in Western PA, presented by our friends at Play It Again Sports in Greensburg. And speaking of Greensburg, the locals are in quite a bit of trouble at the moment. The Quaker Valley Quakers with an 8-goal lead entering period 3 over the Golden Lions of Greensburg-Salem. The Quakers en route to advancing to the Class A quarterfinals next week against a team to be determined. Could be the Moon Tigers, depending upon what they do with North Hills in the South Hills tomorrow night. Could be the Butler Golden Tornado, depending upon how they fare against the North Catholic Trojans here in this building tomorrow night. Six unique Penguins Cup champions in Class A in each of the last 6 years. 5 of those 6 have been first-time winners. Quaker Valley last tasted Penguins Cup glory in 2014. One foot in front of the other, or one skate, as it were, in front of the other. And they have flexed their offensive muscle and defensive muscle tonight against the last team in from the Class A Gold Division. Quaker Valley, the number 2 seed out of the Class A Blue Division. And they work this puck up to center to begin period 3. Matias Lazama, number 48, the regular season scoring champion representing Quaker Valley. We put the spotlight on him in pregame and on his all-star counterpart, Jake Fink of Greensburg-Salem. Lazama last year held off the sheet in both of Quaker Valley's playoff games. Tonight, not the case. Lazama, first ever playoff goal with a little bargaining from the hockey gods, perhaps, and 3 assists to give him 4 points on the night so far. Jace Vassbinder had 6 points in 2 playoff games last year for Quaker Valley. He's got 5 tonight, including a first period natural hat trick that padded QV's lead. Icing early in the period on the Golden Lions as the PIHL mercy rule remains in effect. And after some discussion at the end of period 2, as you probably surmised by now, officials did decide to cut the ice, as is customarily done in PIHL hockey between periods 2 and 3, in spite of the lopsided score. Jackson Klingensmith making that save and covering the rebound. Quakers, McHenry driving the net and forcing that save by the freshman. Fink over the line. Schlesman was offside. Well, tomorrow night, Matt Vandriak will be here, sitting where I'm sitting right now, for another Penguins Cup playoff doubleheader. First round coverage beginning at 6:40 Eastern Time tomorrow on 10-band TV. Butler, the 4 seed from the Gold Division, taking on North Catholic, the number 5 seed from the Blue Division, at 6:40. The nightcap at Ice Castle tomorrow night. Avonworth, the 2 seed from the Gold Division and the reigning Penguins Cup champion in Class A, taking on Beaver. The Bobcats seeded 7th out of the Blue Division. And the opening face-off for that one will be around 8:40 tomorrow night on 10-band TV. Meanwhile, I will be up in Cranberry Township at the Lemieux Complex for an 8 p.m. opening face-off as the Chartiers Valley Colts, the 3 seed out of the Class A Gold Division, take on the Hampton Talbots, the 6 seed out of the Blue Division. The scrappy Talbots back in the Penguins Cup playoffs after a long absence this year. And again, that's 8 p.m. tomorrow night, live from the Lemieux Complex on 10-band TV. Earlier tonight, you saw Plum eliminate Blackhawk in other Class A Round 1 action as Klingensmith snatches that shot by Maurer out of the atmosphere. The Mustangs, for the first time since their 2017 Class 2A championship, winning a Penguins Cup playoff game. Well, the Mustangs, like Butler, one of those teams in Class A that not a lot of people talk about necessarily, but could still be very dangerous in this postseason. Icing on the Lions as 5 minutes have expired here in the third period. We told you about Lizama's big night statistically. Ditto Vastbinders, Modrovich, McHenry, and Kane, the other Quakers at the moment with multiple points in this game. Charlie Pihl ahead for Lizama. Lizama around Nolan Weaver. Lizama from an angle trying to feed Modrovich in front. That was broken up skillfully by Ferris. D'Antonio muffs the pass but recovers. Eventually it comes back to center anyway for Johnson. Charlie Johnson earned his first varsity point earlier this season at the Barrel Toyota Ice Complex and a win over Richland. Again, Quaker Valley with a little bit more depth than usual this season and taking advantage of a team that's playing with a short bench of its own in Greensburg-Salem. Again, Salem dressing just 14 skaters officially on its postseason varsity roster. And those heavy legs could get a little bit heavier, obviously, in games like these. Time winding down here in the third period. It's about to go under 10 minutes now with Quaker Valley leading comfortably. Quakers earning the running clock with 7 goals in a span of exactly 5 minutes back in the first period. One of the more impressive outbursts we've seen, regardless of the matchup, in recent Penguins Cup playoff history. And again, it began with 3 goals in a 38-second span by the Quakers, which frankly is even more impressive than the total of 7. The teams had been scoreless for about 7.5 minutes, and then at the literal drop of a hat, Quaker Valley took command and haven't looked back. Fink around Kohler, out in front, off the stick of Vento. The pass was a little behind the junior. Kohler, the senior defenseman, going to work on the corner. Lions play it in front. Quakers flip it casually to their own boards. Kieran Kane across the line, feeding McHenry. McHenry waits for his man to go down, but forgot the puck. Fink at center. Good hustle by Kane to catch him up. You love to see that when you're a coach. The kids who are still out there going full bore, even in a lopsided game. And for a player in Kane's position, still a junior this season, it's an audition just like every other game. And in a mercy rule situation, sometimes easy to forget that players are still fighting for jobs in the long haul, if not the short haul, as the Quakers are about to be penalized for the 3rd time tonight. Anthony DeFazio putting on the extra attacker. Delayed penalty situation. Kushner coming after it. The puck is touched by somebody in that fracas along the near boards. And so now the clock will stop with 7:43 to go in regulation. And let's see if the 3rd time is the charm for the Golden Lions on the penny power play. Modrovich to the sin bin. And Luke Dieter's line will be out here for the start of the PP. Klingensmith trying to get it back to Fink at center point, but it's forced to the neutral zone by Lazama. Watson off the stick of his teammate Lazama, back to center ice. Ace Klingensmith going across the rink for Ferris. Good active stick there by Pihl to get the puck deep. Again, it will be a 3-minute minor penalty on Modrovich because of the mercy roll clock situation. Jeremiah Falk from in front of his net, tied for the most power play goals in Class A with his teammate Jake Fink. Well, at the moment, too many white shirts in the way for those two. Dieter able to corral the puck from the circle. That save made by Lorang, and the rebound is put wide. Fink sends it around the boards. Klingensmith goes after it for Salem. Klingensmith drags it out in front, saved by Lorang, and he'll cover that puck midway through the penny power play for Greensburg-Salem. Outley toward goal. Lorang might have been interfered with as he made that save by Kushner, but no matter, he made it anyway. Well, when it's going your way, it's going your way. And pretty much everything's been coming up roses late in the season for Lorang as he makes that stop on the short side, and he'll cover inside the crease. Lorang last year as a junior riding shotgun to Landon Booterbaugh, an all-star at Quaker Valley. This year he has been the man, looking for win number 14 individually, regular season and postseason combined. Fink with a dump in, and with under 5 minutes left, Lorang leaves nothing to chance. Lions get a fresh unit out there for the offensive zone draw. Colin York wins it, trying to hit Kieran Kane ahead of the play. Quakers reset. Bemis up to center for York. Kane going after this puck for QV. Hutchinson settling it down with his glove and up ahead to Weaver. On for Ferris. Ferris knocked off the puck by Bemis and knocked to the ice by the Quaker Valley defenseman as play stops. And Bemis's first varsity goal came against these Golden Lions back in November of 24. Again, the teams were in different divisions in Class A this season, so they did not face each other prior to tonight. Outley from behind his own net. Chased by Maurer. Watson sends it inside the Salem line. Outley under more pressure. Up ahead for Schlesman. Hutchinson flips it behind Watson. Watson off the glass, but right to Ferris. Ferris couldn't keep it in the zone, neither could Ross. Maurer, one-on-one with Ace Klingensmith. Klingensmith doing a good job to stand his ground. And that puck goes out of play off the stick of Lance Shaner. The Quaker Valley senior appearing for the 55th time as a varsity Quaker. Now the Golden Lions, for the first time in 6 seasons, will not win 10 or more games in the PIHL. They missed the playoffs last year, finishing with 9 wins, in fact. So this will be 2 campaigns in a row. I stand corrected with fewer than 10 victories. And it will end tonight for Greensburg-Salem with a final record of 8 wins and 13 losses, with 11 of those coming in regulation. The Quaker Valley Quakers will improve to 19-1-0-1 overall. The Quakers falling to Cannon McMillan in regulation and to Blackhawk in a shootout for their only 2 losses of the season thus far. And the Quakers will make it a perfect 10 tonight. 10 consecutive wins. And if this scoreline stands, half of those 10 wins will have come in shutout fashion. Just more domination by Kevin Quinn's club as York brings it across the line with half a minute left. Shot on goal, nifty save there by Klingensmith to deny Kurumfash his first ever goal. One of the few things that hasn't gone the Quakers away tonight. Five seconds left. This face-off will be a formality. In fact, there will be none. That's it, Fort Pitt. Ian Lorang, go get yourself some hockey hugs. For the second game in a row, a Penguins Cup playoff shutout. This time the victor needed to make only 9 saves to keep the goose egg and keep the sheet clean. Ian Lorang with shutout number 8 on the season. He remains the PIHL leader in that category. Correction, 7 shutouts on the season to tie Chris Nichols for the PIHL lead. He has won his last 8 appearances, and the Quaker Valley Quakers have won 8-0 over the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions to advance to the Class A Penguins Cup quarterfinals. Thank you, Dustin Beck. Thank you, Ethan Stewart. Thank you, Austin McLean. Thank you, Todd Kazarowski. Thank you for watching and listening, and thank you to Pittsburgh's Ava McNaughton, JT Miller, and Vince Trocheck, and to Penn's Elites Hannah Bilka, Layla Edwards, and Gwyneth Phillips for making us all proud. That'll do it from Castle Shannon. I'm Matt Popchock, and that's all she wrote. The Quakers advance to the quarterfinals. You've been watching Penguins Cup playoff coverage on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Play It Again Sports in Greensburg. We'll see you up north tomorrow night. on your TV, computer, or a mobile device to begin. Modrovic going to work in the corner out front for Charlie Pihl. Pihl firing just wide of goal. Trying to bang it in somehow. Modrovic with a steal. Modrovic trying to collect it and bring it to his forehand. He couldn't, but he recovers this puck and gets it to Lozama. Lozama from an angle, and it squirts in behind Hayden Henry. 25-26. Again, first of the playoffs. 1-0 Quaker Valley. McHenry down the middle. He shoots. He scores. 2-0 Quakers. Ma the meatloaf. We won it now. Quakers go to work in front. Fassbender. Burial. 3-0 Quaker Valley. And these pretzels are making me thirsty. And off to another fast start here. Turnover to Lozama. Lozama shooting. Henry the save. And that's like shooting fish in a barrel for Jace Fassbender. Walt Disney movie. At the moment, as Fassbender breaks out the chapeau's au natural, we can't help but remember the Titans. It's Fassbender has surpassed his 2025 playoff goals total. Make it a six-pack. It looks like Kane got the last stick on it. Quakers, all gas, no brakes here at the Ice Castle. Modrovic chips it into the side of the net, and with 4:23 remaining in Fink. That was a good keep by Fink, a very good one. On to Outley, deflected in front, a good save made there by Lorang, right in tight. And we told you the Quakers in next week's quarterfinals, as that goes off the crossbar. And Klingensmith will take that. Thank you very much. Now to Lozama at center. Lozama over the line as a trailer in Modrovic. Lozama, nifty pass there, and Modrovic makes no mistake. Well, at the moment, too many white shirts in the way for those two. Dieter able to corral the puck from the circle. That save made by Lorang, and the rebound is put wide.